Hey, what's up? It is DJ. Today we get our first look at peas in Farming Simulator 25, including the multiple stages of the crop throughout the year and some new equipment. Peas will be coming to the base game and will be available for all platforms of PC, Mac, PS5, and Xbox Series. Giants also mentioned the existence of green beans for the first time. However, they do say we'll be getting more information on that soon, so get subscribed so you don't miss it. If you haven't pre-ordered Farm Sim 25 yet, check the link in the description for the base game as well as the Year 1 bundle, and let's check out the newest addition to Farm Sim 25, peas. Just like the information we received in the blog about spinach, we have a full growth sheet detailing all of the seeding and harvesting information about peas. We can expect a maximum yield per hectare of 9,600 liters, with an average selling price of $3,119 per 1,000 liters in easy mode. This is massive and is one of the highest selling crops that we've seen in Farm Sim. Peas only take 250 liters of seed per hectare, and they take 4 months to grow. The average planting time is between March and April, and you'll be harvesting between July and September. Although, it is important that they have skipped the month of May in this screenshot, and they don't mention which months the crop will wither in. This is information that we'll likely have to wait and see once the game is out. There are 6 different growth stages after the initial seeding, which is done with a normal seeder, shown here using the John Deere 3650 and the Great Plains Solid Stand 1500 that were in the fact sheets last week. The first growth stage is very sparse, with not a lot of density to the crop. It's almost like a green haze over the field with small sprouts. The second growth stage takes things up a notch with a much thicker plant, and it is starting to take on the characteristics of a pea plant. Then that's multiplied tenfold with a third growth stage, which almost covers the ground and creates a sea of green across the land. Finally, everything culminates in the final growth stage, ready to harvest. The ground is now completely covered and the plant is extremely thick. It's now time to bring out the next new piece of equipment for Farm Sim 25, the Oxbow EPD 540E self-propelled pea harvester. Now, we don't have the official specs for this machine in the game yet, but we can find some of this information on the Oxbow website. They say it's got 390 horsepower with a maximum speed of 15 miles an hour on the road and 4 miles an hour when harvesting. It's got a 3.9 meter working width and will hold 3,700 liters of peas. This is much different than any kind of harvester that we're used to. It's quite slow with a small capacity. However, with the smaller working width, you're not going to need to unload it that often in the grand scheme of things. You'll be filling up the machine about 2.5 times per hectare. Then, once you're done with the harvest, this is what you'll be left with. Although the picture of the Oxbow harvester leaves lines in the field from the extra foliage being dropped, this screenshot specifically is just here to show you how the crop looks. Then lastly, for whatever reason, if you completely forget about the peas, well, they will wither and turn into a field of brown dead plants. The only thing to do then is to till them under and start over. I also want to take a closer look at that Oxbow pea harvester, as well as a few other things that we get to see for the first time today, starting with the harvester itself. We've never had peas in the base game in Farm Sim before, and I'm not sure what I was expecting when it comes to a harvester, but this is certainly a wild looking machine. With a flat track at the front and wheels in the back, it mirrors other combines that we've seen before, but with a mower-like header on the front, a harvesting head, and circular tank on the back, giving it an iconic but slightly unusual look, if you've never seen one anyway. I also want to reiterate the smaller working width and lower working speed than we're used to. As a matter of fact, the slower speed really caught me off guard, but again, these are not machines I, nor probably most of you, are familiar with. Still looks pretty cool though. Here's a sneak peek of how it unloads. There's what looks to be a belt system on the left side of the machine, overloading into a Brandner DD240-73XXL tipper, which is making a return from the base game of Farm Sim 22 and what looks to be a Fendt 700 on the front. The Oxbow is unloading on the side of the field rather than carting in the field while harvesting. I would assume we'll still be able to cart with a worker in the harvester, so this must have just been a design choice for the screenshot by Giants. Of course, we can't forget about seeding. We're going to get to see the Great Plains Solid Stand 1500 again being pulled by the John Deere 3650. As mentioned, peas will use a normal seeder to get them in the ground, and I imagine this will be a great starting combination. Giants have shown this combo off twice now, and it's the third time that we're seeing the seeder. I would assume they'll be including the John Deere and the Great Plains as starting equipment on the base maps, but that's just a guess. We're gonna have to wait and see. There's also a few shots of the field from different angles. This one showing fog laying low in the field with an old shed on the left-hand side. It almost looks like we're going to be able to use this shed as the doors open, but looks can sometimes be deceiving with Giants base game buildings. Generally, they are all unusable, so I wouldn't hold my breath until we can get it into the game to check it out. And here's the same shed from a different angle with God rays coming through the trees onto the field, shining through the fog. There's also a lookout tower on the top of the hill, which I believe I visited on my map preview of Riverbend Springs. Make sure you check that video out after this one if you haven't seen it already, if you want to get an exclusive look at the map before anybody else. And that is it. Hey, is there anything that I missed? Was there anything that you wanted to see more of? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget, FS25 will be available on Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. If you still haven't pre-ordered, now's a great time to do so. You can check the link in the description for pre-orders of both versions of FS25. If you have any questions at all, please let me know, and check out the other videos on the screen right now for more Farming Simulator 25 coverage. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you later.